Hello everyone, it is Resulka. So now we can do ourselves a proper case, not just a test case. So we keep our eyes open and our minds and our hearts. I don't know. I don't remember anyone's accent anymore. Let's just wing it. Jennifer, I've just gotten my invitation to the 12th, I don't know if that was the voice I made for him, but anyway, to the 12th Annual Holmes Challenge. Put on your Baker Street Irregulars. Are you and Resulka up for it? The Baker Street Irregulars? Who are they? Only the most dedicated and fanatical Sherlock Holmes I can read. Fan club in the Western world. They meet each week at the Sherlock Holmes pub near Trafalgar Square. Put on your glasses, Resulka. That is a good idea. But I thought Sherlock Holmes was that made-up person. Of course, but that doesn't stop people from creating a fan club for him. Where have you been, girl? Have you never heard of Harry Potter? He's one of the most popular fictional characters I've ever created. The Baker Street Irregulars are crazy about him. They have a vast collection of little items connected with Holmes and the author who created him, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Each year they have a party and a contest to see which new items deserve to be added to their collection, but there's a catch. Come along and see. Oh, aye. How can there be a hoax if they're making it all up? Who knows? Let's find out. Oh yeah, take the bus, girl. Uncle Basil's been like a member of the Irregulars for years, and it's weird that I've only heard about it just now. He's such a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes, it'll be a real challenge to see if he can outsmart him. If we can outsmart him, cool. Oh, so you're the famous American detectives Basil's told us so much about. Delighted to meet you both. You must join us in our annual contest. Each year, the club boards selects 4 members who are asked to secretly gather special items connected with either Sherlock Holmes or his brilliant creator, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. We then add these items to our collection. The trick is, one of the members has been told to submit a fraud. One of the items could not possibly be authentic. Why would you add this to your game? Our members are so very clever and well-versed in their Sherlock Holmes, and the facts are often hard to spot. You're welcome to examine the items at your leisure, then you've got the rest of the day to spot the fake. Why are we choosing a child to tell us this? I never know. So, as Holmes would say, the game's afoot. I've already got my theories on the imposter. It was me. I deduce that it was the vial of water, which you haven't looked at yet. What makes you think that, Mr. Maypole? Elementary, my dear Jennifer. It is the easiest item to fake. The water in that vial is more likely ordinary tap water collected right here in London. I suspect one of our members thought we could never prove otherwise. But What proof do you have that the water is fake? Why, my detective's intuition, my dear young lady. What more proof do I need? My suspicions is on the cup. I seem to remember... Oh, bother, what was it now? Oh, yes. I seem to remember that the real original Deerstalker won by Basil Rathbone was donated to... Well, you know, that waxwork thingy place. What was its name? Madame Tussauds? Ah, yes, that's it. Madame Tussauds. I'm sure I heard it was on display there in their Sherlock Holmes' exhibit. It can't be there and here at the same time. I see the caps are fake. Alright, so what have we actually got here? A long curved pipe is tagged original Meerschampf? Pipe used on stage by Sir Alex Livermore. I can read. Portraying Holmes in 1965 at the Old Vic. The bowl of pipe has a small dent at the bottom. Intriguing. The rectangular bronze plate is tagged original number plate affixed to 221B Baker Street, the address used by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle for the home of Sherlock Holmes. Why is it when I have these things, I always get these things wrong? The number plate is deeply inscribed in a neat lettering 221B Baker Street. The back of the plate has a red brick fragments attached to it, apparently from when it was removed from a wall. A clear glass vial of water is tagged authentic water from the Reichenbach Falls in Switzerland, where Holmes fought the infamous Professor Moriarty in the story The Final Problem. The water in the vial looks clean and clear. The tag on the hat says original Deerstalker hat won by Basil Rathbone while portraying Holmes in the movie Hounds of the Baskervilles. The cap has a small leather patch inside, marked S.H. Esquire, 1939. Why did I do this when it was late at night? I'm just saying. Oh yeah, let's go to Madame Tussauds. That makes sense. Ooh my. Madame Tussauds happens to be on Baker Street, the same street where Sherlock Holmes was supposed to live. I noticed on the way that some of the buildings on this street are made of red brick. I guess a lot of London buildings are. Madame Tussauds has a lot of wax figures of famous and historical people. I'd love to check out all the movie stars. It's almost like seeing them in person. Dr. Seuss thinks that they own the real Deerstalker hat. Oh my god, I really can talk. Let's see if he's right. We have bits and pieces that belong to famous people. Some of the clothes that you see on our wax figures are from the closets of real famous people. Why, Luciano Pavarotti sent us an entire set of evening clothes, including shoes, to dress his model. We did have a cap like the one you mentioned, but I'm afraid we just sold it recently to an anonymous collector. It was quite valuable. The original Deerstalker won by Basil Rathbone in the movie Hound of the Baskervilles. I remember it had an odd little tag in the back, as if it was really made for Sherlock Holmes. One of the wardrobe people on the movie set must have put it in as a joke. The tag read S.H. Esquire, 1939. That was the year the film came out, don't you know? Quite a classic. Have you seen it? Yeah, my brother's like nuts about Sherlock Holmes. He makes me watch them every time they're on TV. That's a good one. Look at that person just like walking past. Cool. Okay, the hat's real. So, let's go to the Old Vic. The note on the old pipe said it was used here at the Old Vic. Maybe we can find out if it's the real McCoy. I do like that there's just like little animations in the background now. An album in the stage manager's booth has a collection of old playbills from the Old Vic's history. Oh, this is just the narrator. One of the playbills lists a 1969 production of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes starring Sir Alex Livermore as the world's greatest detective. The publicity photo shows a tall, sharp-faced man in a smoking jacket holding a meerschaum? I don't know, pipes. Sir Alex was a wonderful man to work with, if I recall. He was a regular here at the Old Vic in the theatre's heyday. I don't know why I've just decided to make this person a Scottish. I feel like I've done something bad. My favourite was one of his performances. Oh, he's famous. His wonderful production of Tea for Two. He played opposite a young girl named Amy Joanna. I hear she's quite famous in the States now. Yeah, she was in the first game. Not only is she famous, but she visited our hometown Richview last year. Oh, I see that London isn't the only hometown visited by famous actors and actresses. London's a pretty big city. Why would you say this? Why? Oh, we've got quite a few souvenirs here from the old plays and showbills. Oh, and shows. Our costume shop says... keeps all kinds of goodies from famous plays we've run. Who knows when we'll be able to use them again. We have a box of old pipes. Some of them are quite ordinary, but but quite a few were special. We recently sold one of the nicer pieces to an anonymous collector. It was a lovely pipe. You know, the kind with the long curved bowl. I feel like I need to ask Gemini Does Games about pipes. Sir Alex Livermore smoked it on the stage in an old Sherlock Holmes play. Quite a bit of collectible, I suppose. Even it did have a bit of a dent on the bottom of the ball. Well, that's real as well, so let's see if we go back, if we've got more. Oh no, we've got another place we can go to now. Cool. British Museum. Must have just opened. Oh yeah, it's this dude. We found some stuff out about the Regulars collection, but we're gonna have to do a little research to find out about the rest. Can't imagine finding a better place than the British Library. Aunt Miranda is good pals with the librarian here, Mr. Sneed. She says he's kind of cranky, but when it comes to fact-finding, he's the tops. A stack of newspaper articles about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's character Sherlock Holmes is filled with accounts of fans devoted to both the author and the detective he created. One article notes that to this day, the non-existent address of 221B Baker Street receives as many as 200 letters a week to Sherlock Holmes detective. The fact that there is not now, nor has there ever been, a true 221B address on Baker Street doesn't stop the mailings. The letter sent to the fictional detective contains requests for anything from advice to cases to marriage proposals. Many of them are received by the current tenants of numbers 215 to 229 Baker Street, the Abbey National Bank headquarters. Wow, I guess, like, the character of Sherlock Holmes is so neat that some people think he's a real character, a real person. He is a real character. That shows that what a great writer Sir Conan Arthur Doyle was. His character lives on, even though he died over 50 years ago. Normally I detest being disturbed with requests for trivia, but Sherlock Holmes happens to be a pet fascination of mine. Do you like my eyebrows, little girl? Upon getting a phone call from your Uncle Basil, I decided to do a little reliable data gathering for you and the world's greatest detective, before you filled your heads with ludicrous twaddle on the subject. The documents are there for your perusal. Do be careful with them. I am watching you. A review of the collected stories of Sherlock Holmes mentions the final problem. In this story, Holmes tracks down his arch enemy, Dr. Moriarty, the Napoleon of crime, to a huge waterfall in Switzerland called Reichenbach Falls. In a fierce struggle at the top of the falls, Moriarty and Holmes plunge to their deaths. The review mentions that the public outcry of the death of Holmes was so great, Arthur Conan Doyle's publisher made him write a story about the return of Holmes, explaining his cunning escape from his watery death. It's kind of like, I think there's the story of Poirot, the last case of Poirot. Agatha Christie wrote it, and then I think she put it in a safe because she didn't actually want it to be published, and then after her death, they got it out, and now it's probably the only Poirot that made me laugh out loud at the solution. You did not know, Hastings, I was wearing a false mustache. Why? The water in the vial is supposed to be from the Reichenbach Falls in Switzerland. If there is no place called the Reichenbach Falls, then the water must be fake. Which book might help us to find out if Switzerland is real? World Atlas, man. That's it. The World Atlas shows that there really is a Reichenbach Falls in Switzerland. It really does exist. Wow. Cool. Well, then by process of elimination, we know which one is false. Let's go back to the scene of the crime, like I saw, like things like Poirot and all that would do. And now we're taking a cab. Hang on a minute, that's a red-headed child in there. That would be Jake. Cool. We can solve this now. Cool. Okay. This one. So it's kind of quite clear which one, actually, yeah, we can select the things that it says that, it's from that. So it'd be like, well, it could have been from anywhere, really. All they had to do was attach it to a wall and then rip it off. That will do. Those are the clues we need. Now pick out which item you think is bogus. It's a number plate, man. It's a number plate.
You got it!
You got it! The number plate is a fake! Mrs. Hudson told us that each year 4 members from the Baker Street Irregulars submit Sherlock Holmes-related items for their club collection, but each year one piece of the memorabilia is a fraud. The challenge is to spot the fake piece. The deerstalker hat from Count of the Baskervilles seemed to fit the description of the genuine article that Mrs. Dunbar at Madame Tussauds gave us. The pipe, supposedly used by Sir Alex Livermore, portraying Sherlock Holmes on the stage at the Old Vic, matched Mrs. Askew's description of the authentic item from the Old Vic's costuming department. The water from the vial could have come from Reichenbach Falls, as there is a waterfall in Switzerland with that name, but we didn't have any real proof to back that up. However, what we did find was the clue that proved for sure that the number plate must have been a fake. There never has been a 221B Baker Street. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle invented a fictional address for his character. The number plate couldn't possibly be real. Hey, let's have cookies. That's so not what we were looking at before anyway. Young sleuths win Holmes found annual contest. Visiting detective duo Resulka Eagle and Jennifer Eagle, let's not mention the brother at all, took the Baker Street irregulars by storm yesterday when they beat longtime fan club members to the punch. The duo correctly identified that the fraudulent item from the Sherlock Holmes memorabilia from the group from a group submitted to the club's collection. Elementary, exclaimed Jennifer Eagle. Resulka realized right away that the bronze plate marked 221B Baker Street must have been a fake. I mean, I did, but, I wouldn't say it to just spoil the fun. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle invented a fake address for his books about Sherlock Holmes. Holmes would have been proud, said club president Mrs. Edna Hudson. The two young detectives were treated to a slap-up meal at the Sherlock Holmes pub, courtesy of the world's greatest detectives fan club. There are too many apostrophe S's in that. And, we'll come back next time with another mystery. Sorry that it's taken me a little while to actually get to this point. Unfortunately, I think I mentioned it at some point recently that I broke my ankle, and then I had surgery on it, so I've been having a time. So we're getting back into the swing of things now properly, and I'm doing a lot of things over on the YouTube Adventure Roundtable, streaming, doing videos, that sort of jazz. But otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.